Hello hockey fans, I'm Rick Scarborough and you're watching Blue and White Weekly. The highly anticipated Four Nations Faceoff is upon us, so come along as we set you up with everything you need to know as Best on Best international hockey returns. The Four Nations Faceoff is coming to us in lieu of the All-Star Weekend, probably because the NHL hasn't been able to get people to care about the All-Star Game in about 5 or 6 years maybe? This is the first time the best NHL players in the world have participated in an international tournament since 2016's World Cup of Hockey. A lot of people have called the Four Nations Face-Off meaningless and nothing more than a precursor and warm-up to the 2026 Olympics. And those people are, well, kind of right, but it's still going to be an exciting crop of games featuring rivals as teammates and teammates as rivals, so let's take a closer look. The four nations that will be facing off are Canada, the United States, Sweden, and Finland. These teams were chosen because Russia participating wouldn't exactly be a good look for the league, and other countries like Czechia and Germany don't quite have the depth at the NHL level to ice a full squad. Fans have complained that the league could have included a Team Europe or a Team North America rookie squad, as they did at the World Cup in 2016, but I don't think calling the tournament Four Nations and two teams of guys that didn't fit anywhere else face off rolls off the tongue as well. The four teams will play a round robin, facing each other once, with the top two teams playing a championship game to decide the victor. Hosting duties will be split between the cities of Montreal and Boston, with the tournament starting at the Bell Centre, home of the Habs, and finishing at TD Garden, home of the Bruins. Interestingly, each team will only sport one uniform throughout the tournament, with all of them representing the four colors present on the event logo. Finland wears a white uniform with their name and their native tongue emblazoned on the front, along with blue highlights and a simplified version of their lion crest to create a simple yet crisp look. Sweden sports a striking yellow uniform that will stand out brilliantly on the ice. The uniform doesn't deviate one bit from their traditional look, with their trademark Tre Kronor emblem across the front, making it an undeniable Swedish classic. Team USA wears a striking blue uniform with their acronym boldly in your face across the front, with subtle black stripes across the front of the jersey that had me thinking someone at Fanatics was digging through Marvel's old design plans. And Canada's uniform takes its inspiration from the Winnipeg Falcons, the first team to represent Canada at the Olympics. The striping pattern is an almost goldish off-white color that the design team are calling maple white, which I have to say is pretty accurate. It has the same hue as the little crusty bits of sugar that form on the lid of your maple syrup. That is aggressively Canadian, and I love it. And now let's meet the squads, beginning with Team Finland. Led by Sasha Barkov of the Florida Panthers, Finland boasts an incredible forward group with the likes of Carolina's Sebastian Aho, Montreal's Patrick Laine, and Dallas's Roope Hintz up front. Additionally, Nashville's Jussi Saros will start for them in goal with the likes of Buffalo's Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Vancouver's Kevin Lankinen backing him up. Unfortunately, while every team has seen their share of injuries affect their lineups, Finland seems to be hit the hardest, with their missing players including Philly's Rasmus Ristolainen, Dallas's Miro Heiskanen, and Toronto's Jani Hakanpää, all of them defensemen. Due to this, and their overall lack of depth compared to the other teams, Finland is going to have the most difficult time at this tournament, much like they did in 2016 when they came last in the World Cup. Moving along to Finland's neighbors, Sweden. Captained by Tampa Bay's Victor Hedman, Sweden boasts a strong lineup of firepower, with Toronto's William Nylander, Vancouver's Elias Pettersson, and Nashville's Philip Forsberg on the front lines. On the blue line, Vic Hedman is joined by Florida's Gustav Forsling and Pittsburgh's Erik Karlsson, among others. In goal, duties will be shared by New Jersey's Jacob Markstrom, Minnesota's Philip Gustafsson, and Ottawa's Linus Ullmark. Sweden has noticeably more depth in all areas of the ice than Finland, but will it be enough to match these next two nations? Team USA comes into the tournament as the betting favorites, due not just to the depth of their roster, but the young age of their superstars. Toronto's Austin Matthews captains the red, white, and blue, with Vegas's Jack Eichel, Brock Nelson of the New York Islanders, and the Tkachuk brothers from Florida and Ottawa bolstering the forward group. On defense, Boston's Charlie McAvoy and Adam Fox of the New York Rangers lead this blue line, which is missing Vancouver's Quinn Hughes. Hughes has been dealing with an oblique injury for the better part of a week now and has been sidelined in hopes of healing up to help the Canucks in the remainder of the season. Hughes has been replaced by Ottawa's Jake Sanderson. There is still representation from the Hughes family, however, as New Jersey's Jack Hughes will play for the team. In net, USA is looking terrifying, backstopped by a Vezina-caliber trio. Winnipeg's Connor Hellebuyck, Boston's Jeremy Swayman, and Dallas's Jake Ottinger. USA brings a scary group on all fronts, and they are the team to beat on paper coming into this tournament. But there's one team you can never count out when it comes to international hockey at this high level: Team Canada. For the first time since their time in the World Juniors, the likes of Edmonton's Connor McDavid, Toronto's Mitch Marner, and Colorado's Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar will represent the Great White North. Olympic gold medalists like Captain Sidney Crosby of Pittsburgh, along with Boston's Brad Marchand and LA's Drew Doughty, bring a veteran presence to aid the young superstars. On both forward and defense, Canada looks like one of the stronger teams. Where they falter, however, is in goal. St. Louis's Jordan Binnington, Vegas's Adin Hill, and Montreal's Sam Montembeault are between the pipes. And in a vacuum, those are good choices. But when you realize Team Canada left the likes of Washington's Logan Thompson on the table, the picks don't look as strong. But how will the tournament unfold? For the official predictions, I'm going to turn things over to our junior intern, Gillsy. What's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's your boy Gillsy, and I am back on Blue and White Weekly, where I've been asked to call it like I see it and give my predictions for the Four Nations Faceoff. Let's get going. So each team's playing each other once, and I'm not going to go into each and every game because we'll be here all day. I'll just jump to the end of the round robin and give you my 1 through 4. I see Finland coming in last. No disrespect to the Finns. Too many injuries, not enough depth. Better luck next time, boys. Sweden, I got at number 3, but I could see them as the dark horse of this tourney, sliding up into the 2 spot. That said, though, I'm leaving it at 3 for now. And as for my 1 and 2 picks, I got to take a cop-out on this one. I genuinely don't know. Canada and USA, they both just look too strong. I mean, it could really go either way. It's probably going to come down to their game against each other on Saturday night to decide who the winner is. That said, though, with Canada and USA as my 1 and 2 teams, no matter how they end up in that order, they're going to the finals, and I got to pick a winner. The finals are going to be played in Boston, giving USA the home ice advantage. But I think with the lights shining brightest and everything on the line, the firepower of Canada can outdo the stellar goaltending that the Americans are going to put up. You can call me biased, and, well, you'd probably be right, but I have Canada winning the Four Nations Face-Off trophy. Is it a trophy? Do we know if it's a trophy? Do they get, I don't know, is it a trophy? Are there medals? Maybe it's like a championship belt like in wrestling? I don't know. Anyway, back to you, Rick. Thank you very much, Gillsy, and we won't know how things go until the action gets underway on Wednesday night as Canada and Sweden clash in Montreal. We'll check back in with you after that game and throughout the tournament, so keep it locked here on Blue and White Weekly for all things Four Nations Face-Off and the hockey world at large. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and enjoy the Four Nations Face-Off, hockey fans.